I surrendered my legal marriage. I surrendered my voice, but I'm finished giving. Those words, spoken by Meri Brown inside a packed courtroom, ended 30 years of silence. What followed was one of the most consequential legal battles connected to a reality television family, a case that was never truly about land, but about dignity, deception, and the documented cost of misplaced loyalty. Meri Brown was the first wife of Coyote Brown, the patriarch of the plural family featured on TLC's long-running reality series Sister Wives. For 3 decades, she held that position with patience and loyalty. In 2014, she legally divorced Coyote, not because the marriage had ended emotionally, but so that Coyote could legally adopt Robin's children. She accepted that sacrifice under the belief that her spiritual equality within the family would remain intact. Over the following years, the cameras documented what audiences could not ignore. Coyote grew publicly distant from Meri, redirecting his time and attention toward Robin, his legal wife. Meri endured a public catfishing scandal, emotional isolation, and a visible erasure from the family's inner circle. Through all of it, she remained, because she believed in a specific promise. That promise had a name: Coyote Pass. Coyote Pass was a 12-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, presented by Coyote as the family's shared future. His pitch was direct: 4 homes, close but not too close, this will be our legacy. Each wife was told she would have her own designated parcel. For Meri, this was not simply a real estate arrangement. It was confirmation that she still belonged, that after the legal divorce, after years of being sidelined, she remained an equal member of the family. She held on to that promise like oxygen. The truth arrived in 2023. Janelle Brown, Meri's co-plaintiff and fellow former wife, received a late property tax notice. When she visited the courthouse to resolve it, she requested the legal ownership records for Coyote Pass. Only 2 names appeared across the deed filings: Coyote Brown and Robin Brown. Meri and Janelle were listed nowhere, not on a single acre. Janelle confronted Coyote. He stated he had contributed the most financially, so ownership control made sense. Meri received the exact same explanation, word for word. When both women compared their documents, they confirmed they had been systematically cut out of land they had helped finance. That discovery converted a fractured friendship into a legal alliance. Their attorneys constructed the case on a specific legal argument. This was not a routine property dispute. It was constructive fraud. The evidence was substantial. A 2018 family contract signed by all adult members stated that income from TLC and shared business ventures would be equally invested in developing Coyote Pass. Meri had made multiple documented financial contributions from her LuLaRoe boutique business, including a transfer of $18,200 into the joint account used to purchase the land. A real estate broker's email confirmed her investment interest. A 2021 land transfer filing showed Coyote registering plots under his and Robin's names exclusively, with no notification to the other wives. The attorneys further argued that the income which funded Coyote Pass was generated by a show requiring the participation of all 4 wives. Coyote alone had not produced that revenue. On the day Meri took the stand, the courtroom was completely silent. She walked in wearing a dark blue blazer, her blonde hair fastened back in a knot. She carried a folder packed with documents. She did not slow down when she passed Coyote and Robin. She walked directly to the microphone, lowered it, and faced the judge. Your Honor, I grew up 30 years in a family where silence was not only loyalty but also policy. I was instructed to be patient, to have faith, to remain hopeful. I was instructed things would even out if I simply waited. She paused. But waiting doesn't build houses. Waiting doesn't get your name on property. Waiting doesn't safeguard your rights. She presented Exhibit 17A, the 2018 family contract. She submitted her bank transfer records, the deed filing from 2021 that excluded her name, and the show contracts confirming collective family income. Then she addressed the judge directly. This isn't about real estate. It's about dignity. Behind her, Janelle nodded forward silently. Coyote took the stand with his arms folded across his chest. He claimed he had paid 92% of the cost of the land and required control to ensure proper development. Meri's attorney responded methodically. Where did that 92% come from? Cody confirmed the funds came from shared family accounts, income generated by sister wives, a program that could not exist without Meri and Janelle's participation. He then confirmed he had never informed Meri of the deed transfer. When asked why, he stated, "I didn't think she was interested anymore. She was aloof." He also acknowledged that Meri had made financial contributions toward the land. His own words established that shared funds had been used to purchase property registered solely in his and Robin's names. Then came the emails. Meri's attorney read 2 of them aloud to the courtroom. The first, from Cody to the Coyote Pass real estate attorney, dated February 2021, "Robin and I are the only ones seriously investing in the land." The second, from Robin to the same attorney, dated March 2021, "We don't want the other wives to make things messy. Better if we finalize everything before they notice." The courtroom reacted audibly. Cody immediately objected that the emails were taken out of context. The judge silenced him. Robin was called to the stand next. She entered visibly shaken. Her initial responses were careful and evasive. She stated she had trusted Cody to manage the legal details and claimed she had not realized the other wives were being excluded. Under cross-examination, the record was more difficult to dismiss. Robin had been listed as co-owner on 3 lots at Coyote Pass. She had signed legal documents. When her own email was read back to her, her defense reduced to 4 words, "I was just following orders." She then broke down on the stand. Through tears, she turned directly to Meri. "I'm sorry, I really am. I never meant for you to feel shoved aside." Meri did not respond. She sat completely still and observed in silence. Meri's attorney delivered the final assessment. "That is not trust. That is complicity." The judge issued a formal warning to Robin regarding her legal responsibility for signing documents that eliminated co-investors from property ownership. 3 weeks later, the judge returned with the ruling. The court found that verbal, written, and financial agreements had been made among all adult parties and were consistently represented as equal and binding. The court further found that Cody Brown, aided by Robin Brown, had knowingly transferred legal title without fair disclosure or financial compensation to the remaining party. Meri and Janelle were awarded equal financial reimbursement at current market value. Cody was given 90 days to pay, or the entire Coyote Pass property would be sold and divided equally, 25% to each of the 4 original adult spouses. Cody called it a witch hunt in a post-verdict interview. His own children publicly disagreed. Gwen Brown stated, "Mom was right. So was Meri. They deserve that land." Robin made no public statement. TLC executives were reported to be reconsidering her role in upcoming seasons. Meri used a portion of her court-determined compensation to purchase a cabin-style residence outside Park City, Utah. During a live stream walking through the property, she told her viewers, "It's not a house. It's evidence that you can begin again at any age from any place." She held a coffee mug that read, "I matter." At her press conference outside the courthouse, she addressed the cameras directly, "Silence doesn't serve justice, and loyalty doesn't equal surrender." In 2014, Meri had surrendered her legal marriage for the sake of the family structure. In 2023, she discovered the full recorded cost of that decision, and in court, armed with over 40 pieces of evidence, payment records, legal filings, signed contracts, and emails, she stood before a judge and established on the record exactly what had been taken from her and exactly what she was owed.